welcome to Newfoundland and Labrador Studies 2205. I'm Miss Fleming, your instructor for this course. This is Unit 3, The Country Grows. Video 1 for Section 1, Lesson 1, Indigenous and European Traditional Music. Before we begin, I wanted to talk about this unit as a whole. This unit explores how this place of Newfoundland and Labrador grew and changed through confederation with Canada. A large part of exploring and expressing that change in lifestyle and culture is through music. Let's consider the following quote about traditional musicians from local musician Ron Hines. These songs were written to document the lives of the people who wrote them. They were poets who wrote about things in their lives, about their communities. This is who we are, and this is where we come from, and this is where we live and why. So firstly, let's talk about Indigenous traditional music and songwriting. Before we go any further, though, I would like for you to pause and reflect. Before we explore traditional music, please pause this video and complete the musical instruments brainstorming activity that is posted below in Brightspace. Thank you for doing that. You will revisit later to see if there's any kinds of instruments that you may have missed. As long as humans have inhabited this place, there has been music. And I love this fact. The oldest known burial site in Newfoundland and Labrador is from the Labrador Archaic people, and found in this burial site was a flute-styled whistle made from bird bone, and it has been dated from 7000 to 1500 BCE. Music has always been an integral part of culture. Songs in Indigenous culture have been passed down from generation to generation for thousands of years as part of human history. Inuit, Innu, and Mi'kmaq use traditional drum dancing and singing as part of their rituals. The frame drum is a prominent Indigenous instrument. Throat singing is an integral part of Inuit culture, and we learned a bit about throat singing when we watched a documentary earlier in this course. Music and songs are a primary means of knowledge transmission among Indigenous peoples. Let's also talk about European traditional music and storytelling. Early immigrants from Europe brought their musical traditions with them. Performers of Irish music, for example, still use the barong, while French performers continue to play the accordion and the fiddle. Early European settlers sang songs around the fire in the evenings. And often these were traditional songs or new lyrics set to old tunes. We'll talk about that a little bit more later. And historians have identified songs unique to Newfoundland and Labrador in melody and lyrics. So this uniquely Newfoundland and Labrador music still has connections to other cultures. There were very little formal music training in most Newfoundland and Labrador communities. Many communities didn't even have instruments, so they sang a cappella, which means without musical accompaniment. Tunes were often composed to tell a part of the community's history, or the culture of the people who lived in that community. Many English songs, such as Spanish Ladies, described landmarks sailors would see along their travels. Newfoundland sailing songs did the same. An example is Wadham Song, which describes the scenery from Cape Bonavista to Fogo Harbor. And lastly, other traditional songs were used for the rhythm and for pulling large objects or other work while on a vessel, and these songs were called sea chanties or sea shanties. So now it's time to continue to the next video, but I'll ask you to please take a break if you need one, have a stretch, rest your eyes, and I'll see you next time.